What's going down, everybody? This is Shades of Soul, and today we're going to be talking about album covers. Album covers are the visual artwork associated with the cover of an album, tape, or CD. Now, back in the day, this was your first visual representation of an artist because this was before social media or the internet. So unless an artist was on television, this was your first time to actually see them. Over the years, album covers have been political, sexual, and downright hilarious. But there have been some album covers that cause controversy. So let's get into it. Number 5 is Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood is the second studio album released by DMX in 1998, 7 months after his debut album. Lyor Cohen challenged DMX to release another album by the end of 1998, and if he did, X would receive $1 million bonus. DMX finished the album in 30 days. When speaking in biblical terms, blood is a cleanser of sin. Over 60 gallons of blood was used for this shoot. DMX initially did not want to get in the tub of blood, citing he was wearing new pants. The photographer promptly dropped his pants and offered them to DMX. DMX then got in the tub in his own pants, and the rest is history. DMX examines the perils of good and evil on this album and looks at life on life terms. This is a classic album cover to complement a classic album. Number 5, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood by DMX. Number 4 is Kill the Fetus by Esham. 1993's Kill the Fetus is not only considered Esham's greatest album ever, it's also considered the greatest horrorcore album ever. Horrorcore is a subgenre of hip-hop, and the lyrics and subject matter are dark. This album is 100% produced by Esham, and it samples Funkadelic's Maggot Brain. Now, on the track, Esham raps about a woman ending a pregnancy not to bring a child into this cruel, hateful world. Now, he puts it a lot more blatant and graphic than the way I just put it. Now, some people applaud him for being ahead of his time with the subject matter and the fact that he was pro-choice. But others say that the way he put it and the topic of abortion alone was a very taboo topic, especially in the early 90s. But hey, controversy is king. Esham is a Detroit legend, so much so Eminem described himself as a mix between Manson, Esham, and Ozzy. Number 4, Esham, Kill the Fetus.
Is it a boy or girl? I think I should referral. You should terminate it because it's a lousy world. Your life is on the line. You're out your fucking mind. You gotta do it too, cause you're running out of time. It's just another embryo attached to an umbilical. You can let that baby grow, but I'd kill it though. Kill the fetus.
Number 3 is the Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped. Bushwick Bill is one of the only living individuals that possesses a birth certificate and a death certificate. Now, when he lost his eye, he was legally dead for 3 hours. He was in the morgue, laying on the morgue slab, waiting to be prepared for autopsy. He came to. In the room with him was a police officer and a lab technician. He jumps off the morgue slab and starts to urinate on the police officer. The technician screams and the cop and the police officer run out of the room. The day before he's about to have surgery to have his injured eye removed, Willie D and Scarface show up at the hospital for an impromptu photo shoot, and they shoot the cover of their 1991 album, We Can't Be Stopped. Now, there are various accounts as to how Bushwick actually lost this eye. According to Bushwick, high off a bottle of Everclear marijuana, he provoked his girlfriend to shoot him because he threatened to drop her baby out of the door. They began to tussle, the gun went off, and he got shot. Other accounts have him high off a whole bottle of Everclear and PCP, which would explain his extreme nature. It is a raw depiction of realness, just like the album it produced. Number 3, Ghetto Boys, We Can't Be Stopped. Number 2 is Machiavelli, Don Illuminati, The 7-Day Theory. Tupac / Machiavelli's 5th studio album, 1996's Don Illuminati, The 7-Day Theory, depicts Tupac in the crucifixion pose. Obviously, feeling crucified by society, Pac wears his signature bandana on the album cover. What's missing from the album cover is his famous Thug Life tattoo. Now, that is being covered by the parental advisory sticker. That is an odd placement for the sticker because when you look at the image, in any of the 4 corners, the sticker could have been placed and not covered anything. I feel like the sticker being placed right there is a metaphor. Pac's stomach and genitals are covered with an official label from the government, the parental advisory sticker. And since Pac now has a sexual conviction, he also has an official label. Tupac isn't the first artist to use the crucifixion on an album cover. The artist formerly known as Dre Dogg used it in 1993 on his album, The New Jim Jones. But after Pac used it, it became more frequent with artists on their album covers, and not only album covers, but interviews and photo shoots as well. After Pac used the crucifixion pose, it became more prevalent among artists, not only with their album covers, but on photo shoots and interviews as well. To compare yourself to the Messiah is blasphemic, and the standout track on this album is a song entitled blasphemy. At least Tupac put out a stellar album to match the controversy. Number 2, Machiavelli, the Don Illuminati 7-Day Theory. Number 1 is Two Live Crew's Nasty As They Wanna Be. 1989's Nasty As They Wanna Be holds 2 major distinctions. It is the first Southern rap album to go platinum ever and the only Southern rap album to go platinum in the 80s. And it is the first album in history to be deemed legally obscene based on its sexual lyrics, which made it illegal to sell in South Florida County, Broward County, Dade County, and Palm Beach County. The ruling was eventually overturned, but the compromise was the parental advisory sticker. This album is directly responsible for parental advisory stickers. And the first album to have a parental advisory sticker was Two Live Crew's next album, Banned in the USA. The controversy surrounding this album was basically whether or not Two Live Crew was being dirty and obscene or whether or not they were just expressing themselves under the freedom of speech. They took it to court. Two Live Crew won. Number 1, Two Live Crew, Nasty As They Wanna Be.